So, Mr. Foxcheck, what's the difficulty with the way LFC was set up today at the back five and kind of being willing to set back and let you guys have the ball more than you guys are used to?
I think when we talked about at halftime, we were just really a little impatient in the first half in terms of trying to score the goal to win the game then. You saw in the second half there was more structure, there was more calm, connecting plays, cleaner, all that stuff. And then, granted, it wasn't anything clear, but the game was in their half, the whole second half. Chance after chance with like throw-ins, set pieces, all that type of stuff, things that we wanted to see. And I think it all just stemmed from being a little bit more disciplined, a little bit more calm, and staying in our positions.
What needs to improve to break teams down like that?
What I just said, because you saw that when we did do that well and executed on the ball, we were able to get into their half into advantageous positions. When we're trying to maybe do it all too quickly or trying to make the home run play every time, then it starts to kind of unravel because they're a team on the break that, I mean, they have Bawanga basically, right? So the ball turns over and they're gonna stretch it as much as possible. So I thought we were just better suited to win the ball back and then also just stable in possession.
More precision, less tactics, maybe?
I wouldn't say less tactics. I would just say more organization and then also just more cleanliness.
How'd you look at the play that went into the PK?
I mean, it's one where it's probably, after seeing it back, probably a foul. Pierre was pretty convinced that it was, so I think you defer to his judgment there. But it's just it's one of those plays where it's unfortunate because by and large they weren't doing a whole lot. So you kind of let them off the hook 5 minutes from halftime and allow them to get their fifth penalty in 5 games or whatever it is. Or 4-4 or whatever it may be. So they're a team that they're always going to try to play the margins on that type of stuff, and they're good at it, right? And then you're always worried about the danger of guys like Bawanga. And in this case, I think we just got a little bit sloppy with the marking on the run to the box.
We saw you go up to Pierre at halftime. It seemed like it was very kind of ticky-tacky.
Yeah.
Foul calls. What were you saying to him at that time?
For me, it was more, I mean, you could feel the crowd starting to pile onto him, and I just said, hey, man, this place is going to erupt if we don't kind of get a rein on it. So just basically letting him know that the more this goes on, the more it's going to pile on. It was a little bit of how to create a riot, for dummies sort of thing. But that was just what I was saying in the sense of, hey, like, just be smart. I know he's for the most part trying his best to level it out, but there were some moments where you felt like this just doesn't feel like it's making a whole lot of sense to us. But teams that lose games are always going to feel a little bit hard done by that. So
this is maybe the 3 top teams in the West, and now you've ended up losing all 3 of them at home. Is there something that sort of connects that beyond just coincidence?
I don't think that I see a trend line really. You win games in moments, and I think we were able to go to places and win games in moments, and this is one where we're going to want that first half back, because the second half, it was more of the identity that we want to beat, and I think that identity in the second half is the team that's going to win a lot more games, especially against teams like this.
Does it feel like you guys string together a couple of games and then fall back one?
Yeah.
Does it feel like kind of keep hitting a ceiling of sorts?
I wouldn't say hitting a ceiling. Again, I just think it's the way that we play. We have to get 8s out of 10s, 7s out of 10s, that type of stuff. And when you have the condensed fixture list like we do right now, getting that motivation, getting that freshness in the body to do so it's not easy. It's not an excuse, but I think for us to play the way we want to play, it just takes a little bit more mental stability and strength to pull that out every single game.
All right.
Thanks, guys.
LAFC come out in back 5 and be willing to kind of sit back and let you guys have more of the ball.
It's kind of fun to get a taste of your own medicine a little bit. I mean, I think the way we look at things, we can definitely still be better on the ball. That's something that we need to improve on, especially if a team is in a low block like they were for most of that second half. So, it's surprising, but these things happen in football, so you just got to be able to adjust on the fly and make the best of it.
What went wrong in the first half?
I mean, I wouldn't say anything went wrong. I just think we weren't good enough. I think, if you look at them, other than the penalty, they don't really have much either. So it's just one of those where we were maybe a little bit passive. Maybe we didn't, push a narrative a little. We could have pushed the narrative a lot more. But hindsight's 2020, and there's definitely things that both first half and second half that we can be better on.
What can you guys do to kind of find a way to kind of break through? Win a couple and kind of have a stumble, and then kind of win a couple and somebody kind of find a way to put together more of a run.
That's what our last loss was San Diego. So it's a good stretch. In a dream world, we win every single games, but there's gonna be days like this in football. That's just the way it goes. Like for us, it's just a matter of how we respond to it, and I think we've done a good job of responding all year, and I think we'll do that on Saturday.
This is now 3 home losses against maybe the 3 top teams in the West. What do you chalk that up to?
If you look at LA today, we lose, but they don't really do much. I think the other 2 games against Vancouver and San Diego, you can definitely say that they were the better team on the day. I don't think you can say that about LA today, but at the end of the day, we weren't good enough, and they got the win. So I think it's just a matter of recognizing that there's another level that teams are at, and there's another level that we need to get to, and it's just a matter of improving.
When we play against a player like Bouanga as a forward, is there anything that you appreciate, or is it kind of just locked into what you're doing?
I always appreciate great players, and he's a great player at the end of the day. Really comfortable on the ball, really comfortable running in behind. I think he's one of the best players in the league, and you can always learn something from those guys.
And you've got 2 teams that are sort of sitting back a little bit, like both teams were tonight. How do you sort of change the game? How do you break out of that sort of pattern of 2 teams passing the ball back and forth a little bit?
I think you need something special. You need somebody to kind of grab the game by the horns and take it to them. And I don't think any of us did that today. But sitting, we see it every week with us. It's a hard lineup to break down. It's hard to score when a team is in a low block, which we do so well. So we've seen us do it countless times this year, and teams haven't been able to break us down, and they just did a good job today.
Appreciate that.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks, Sandy.